Yo, in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly why this water bottle holds the key to you one call closing. See, one of the most common questions I get is, hey Rich, your company name's called One Call Closers. How do you one call close somebody? I mean, really, can you really one call close? And guys, the answer is yes, and I'm gonna describe this to you the best way that I know how. See, if I were to get a prospect on the phone right now, let's just say John gets on the phone, and I go, hey John, would you like a sip of water, John? And he would probably go, not really, I'm not that thirsty right now. No different than if you get on the phone with John, and you're like, hey, you know what, John, would you like to buy my $10,000 coaching program? What's John gonna say? He's gonna be like, no, I don't really need that right now. I think I'm gonna go on my merry way, right? See, the key, guys, is not what you're offering, but it's about where John is at before you offer it. And let me explain what I mean. See, how I would get John to the point where he said, dude, I need this water bottle. To make John believe that this is the solution he needs, let me tell you what I would do. I would take John and say, hey, you know what, John? We're gonna go on a little field trip right now. In fact, we're gonna go out to the desert. It's about 105 degrees, and we're gonna go on a little walk together. And guess what, John? On that walk, you're not gonna have any water. Oh, by the way, it's a 12-mile walk, no water, and it's gonna be really, really hot, and I hope you enjoy, right? And then what I would do, guys, is at the end of that 12-mile walk, I would go up to John and I would say, hey, you know what, John, remember that water bottle that I showed you earlier? Hey, would you like a sip of water? And what do you think John's gonna say? He's gonna be like, oh my gosh, yes, like if I don't get a sip of water, I'm going to die, right? So what did I do to get John to want this water bottle? I didn't change the offer, which is the water bottle. I changed what happened to John before I presented the offer. And it's no different when you're selling over the phone. See, what you need to focus on, there's only two reasons why humans will take action. Either a human's gonna take action because they wanna go towards something, or they're gonna take action because they wanna get away from something. But this is my belief. I believe every human is way more motivated by pain than pleasure. And let me explain what I mean. See, if I were to ask you right now, hey, would you rather, John, not die tomorrow? Or would you rather, John, get $10 million tomorrow? Which one would motivate John more? Well, most of us would say, well, I'd be way more motivated to not die because yeah, I could get $10 million tomorrow, but if I'm dead, then who cares? See, there's no doubt about it, guys. What motivates humans more than anything else is pain. And so understanding that humans don't like pain, and when they're in a certain amount of pain, what they're looking for is a solution. No different than when I presented the water bottle to John after he walked 12 miles through the barren heat with no water, and he was like, dude, I need this water bottle. This is exactly why, guys, a lot of closers think that the secret to closing, the secret to the one call close is having the perfect pitch, is having the perfect objection handling, is having the perfect words to say, or starting the call in the right way, or what the prospect sees before the call. But what I'm here to tell you is that if you want to get good at one call closing, everything starts and ends in the discovery phase. Because just like this water bottle, guys, the discovery is where you drag John through the desert. This is where John sees, wow, you know what? I didn't realize my life is not as good as I thought it was. Wow, I didn't realize how much pain I'm currently in. Wow, I didn't realize how far away I am from my ideal future. And as you get good in the discovery, what you're gonna notice is now you're taking John through a journey where he sees the pain in his life. He sees the things that are wrong in his life. He sees the things that, wow, if I just change this, I can be in a much better spot. And then as you get into the future on the call, you're gonna show John an ideal life of what life could look like, right? He's like, wow, man, if I could just get this water bottle, my life would be so awesome. I'd have water going through my lungs. I'd feel amazing again. I wouldn't have this huge headache in my life. I wouldn't have all these burdens on me, right? And it's no different, guys, when you are one call closing. See, the key is not the objection handling. The key is not how well you can pitch your product. The key is not how well you can open your product or having the perfect closing line. The key is understanding what questions to ask to take John through the desert. So by the time you go to pitch your product, it's no longer like, oh, I need to have this great pitch to get John to move forward. It's like, no, John, okay, here's where you're at, John. Here's what you're dealing with. John, would you like some water, right? And if you have John in the right state of mind where he says, wow, there's no way out but getting this water, guess what's gonna happen every time? You are going to one call close, not because you were manipulative, not because you were trying to be pushy, but because you show John an answer to the biggest problem that he has right now in his life. And as soon as you get good at this, guys, I promise you, you're gonna close more deals, you're gonna have more fun, and for the first time, you're gonna realize like, wow, I thought closing was a game of having the perfect script. I thought closing was a game of having the perfect call reviews, but you're gonna realize closing is the game of having the prospect go through a process that shows him by the end of that process that it would be so dumb not to get that sip of water. That is the game. All right, guys, with that being said, I hope this video really helps you. And if it did help you, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And of course, make sure to join the Closers Network, guys, which is an awesome network filled with closers, filled with free products, free courses, free information to take your closing game to the next level. With that being said, I'll see you for the next one. Rich, out.